Well, a good result. I think an interesting game of football from both sides. It's always difficult to restart after an international break, where players go for national team, different idea of game, come back on the club. Some of them with heavy legs. The ones that stayed here, different. So putting everybody on the same thoughts again, but very happy for the way the players understood the challenge. I really wanted to give them rest. We tried to have a possibility to give rest, but we brought the players and we gathered the team all together because there's a lot of challenges ahead in this month. So happy for the game today, strong commitment from the beginning. A goal that brought a little bit of instability appeared from a transition. A small mistake we had there to not fulfill the position when Keanu goes outside to close the diagonal outside. But the team gathered the energy that was needed, the right mindset, the right tactical approach to fight for a third goal and eventually close the game. Obviously, what we tried to manage the game in the right way. When they put players in the front to bring extra speed and extra aggression, we changed our fullbacks to also manage not only the fatigue that we were already showing, but also to bring some stability on that side, but with the intention still to go higher and attack from the flanks. I think they both did well. Temba brought stability, then Teboho brought stability, and I think the boys in general did well. Then we have Brian a few minutes, but also good with a beautiful goal. Well, happy the way the boys understood the message. Yesterday, the club put it on the website, a declaration from Ikem regarding the mindset that we need to have, that is think one game after one and after one, and that's exactly the message I picked today to speak with the boys. Think one match after the other. There's no other way to see this next challenges we have ahead. Not really worry about the future, just worry about the present and the next preparation and the next match. And that's the way we have been thinking, and that's the way we continue to do. So maximum intensity on everything. 99% may not be enough, so we need to give always 100%. The championship is going to the last part, so the teams are also seeking for points. So I think the team did well. Starters, finishers, a lot of difficulty to make the selection of 20 players on the list, players outside of the list that are doing quite well also. But congratulations for the boys, congratulations for this, for our fans, our public that was throughout the match with us. I think that we had the right energy to approach a game like this.
Coach Villa from SABC, congratulations on the win. Just firstly, the importance of bringing this game forward to also manage your program as well. If you can just touch on that, and also winning by 4 goals, the 3-goal cushion in the goal difference.
Well, I think the first question is more important than the second one, because we are not really playing to look for goals. We are not really. It's not really a subject I want to approach, but it's important to fight for victories in every match. That's the focus we have. Is next match focus on the plan, on the selection of the players. It looks very easy, everything, and very bright, but there's also some moments and some things that are not that we have to handle. The players, the condition, the injuries, the availability, the protection that we need to have in some. So it's sometimes we think it's. So that's our focus. Now we need to understand match finished. Some rest, give 1 day rest to the boys, and then pick it from there and prepare the Durban match there. Quite also a beautiful challenge, but the mindset must be always on the level of the commitment, because if we take ourselves to that 100%, as I said, we are much closer to achieve the next victory, and we go from there. So that's only the mindset. The goals, important one more than the opponent, 3 points and move forward. Because that's how we have to think. any match, if you can win by 3, you don't win by 2. If you can win by 2, you don't win by 1. You should fight always to not concede. So the mentality, it should be that one. But only focus on achieving goals, that's not something that we are working on in terms of demanding from the players, not really. Fight to win, make a good game, enjoy, be committed with the pleasure you need to have. Sundowns need to play football with pleasure, because our game is a very happy game in that sense. We need to have that pleasure, and from there take the games up to the end and fight for a victory and get the points and move forward.
Coach, you've worked at highest level in Spain, France, so you would have a good eye for level of quality from your experiences. I want to know, like, working with Jaden and his form right now, where do you see his level at right now? And secondly, how important was the break mentally for you as well? Because it was quite a hectic period, and now getting just a time to clear your head.
Look, that is a fantastic question to understand the level of South African players abroad. But when you see Foster, that plays in the national team, and he plays in England in a championship that is so tough and with such good quality in the teams, in the coaching staffs, in the facilities, and he comes on the national team, and we see that our players, so that's despite the different positions, the other players, they show also level to be. Of course, the challenge on our minds is, and I understand the question is, who else could be there, or where these guys could be. For that, they need to raise the stimulus probably on an age that is quite not too late, so that then with that stimulus of training, of competition, they also grow for that level. That's how I see the things. South Africa has talents, everybody knows. The importance is obviously how to bring the talents abroad. We also know that the base of the football structure in South Africa is not exactly like in Europe. What I mean with this, in Europe, the clubs look for players very young, because they always think about the business of reselling them. So it's quite, even the biggest teams, they always think about how to manage. So youth is quite important. It means that in South Africa, we know that the talents appear a little bit later than usually in Europe. So it means that sometimes the players can get out of target for the biggest teams. Another thing that needs to be opened is obviously corridors of business. What I mean, associations with the highest agents abroad that can also make business abroad. Because South Africa has players to export, I have no doubts. There are players that can be exported. To what level, I don't know. But what I know also is that many Brazilian players, for example, go to Portugal and they don't enter immediately the biggest teams. They go for a second layer of teams, and then they have 1-2 years of experience, and they show that they are on the level, and then they give a jump for the biggest ones. You speak about Jaden, you can tell other names that obviously being on the age, it could be challenged for those kind of steps. It's not up to me to speak, but I think there is quality and talent in South Africa, of course. It's just a matter of finding the right way to take them there. Regarding myself, it was quite obviously very positive. I had the chance to get 4 days full rest. Even my family obliged me to disconnect, despite it's not easy, but I tried. So South Africa is an amazing country, as you guys know, and I have the pleasure to live on it, and I also need to discover. So I took a few days to travel south and to lose myself in the tranquility, the peace, the landscapes, the wilderness, the nature, the society, and enjoy. Indeed. It's very, very, very... I said there after the match, it's fantastic, and I'm very thankful to South Africa for that, because I grow a lot as a human being when I see a lot of things. My son is still coming today. He stayed longer to see some more things, and the videos he sends, and seeing him enjoying with people, speaking with people, is... We grow so much as a family, as human beings. So I'm very thankful for that. Of course, re-energized me. Yes, it re-energized me, no doubts. There's 1.5, well, almost 2 months still ahead. That will be very, very tough, but very pleasurable. We need to do them well so that we enjoy. It's time to still fight, to see if then we can collect, and that's what we have to do.
Coach, a question from me. You are being an ambassador for South Africa, everything, but you are also invited by the Portuguese Federation to speak. Just maybe a summary of what you spoke about and the highlights.
No, you know, that's
you won 2 back-to-back coaches of the month, and there was no reaction from that. So maybe just those 2.
Okay. So first one on the question of the coach of the month, I always say let's pick the next one. I think that is really, really important. We can look for the month of April and target it. That is my ambition, and that's what happened when January and February were given were collected by me. But then I said, let's go for March, and now it's no doubt month of April will be very decisive. So it's with a lot of pleasure that I collect those trophies, as the significant, because they mean, and the significance they have is the collective work that is done. So basically, the boys, I always say, this is not mine. I'm just the face of the work the guys do inside the 4 lines. But also it's an individual trophy that means that all my staff, they work a lot. I push them a lot. It's a very multicultural staff that I have a pleasure to lead, from Portuguese to South Africans to a lot of them. Even today, I was speaking with Kennedy. He just went to represent his national team. Then the Portuguese guys, and then extend to all the layers of the club, because it's what that means, basically. Regarding this event in Portugal, there's annually a huge congress of coaches, where coaches collect points also to renew their licenses. So I was needed to renew my UEFA Pro license, and I was invited to be one of the speakers in a round table exactly about coaches abroad. So experiences, and I had the pleasure to share it with 2 more coaches and discuss basically what has been my journey in Africa in general and in South Africa in particular. And I spoke about exactly that, the quality that there is in African football. Maybe I was myself a little bit out of the true knowledge about the South African and the African football in general. And as soon as I came here, and that's where you get acquainted with the reality, the quality you have of clubs, of facilities, starting from the north, many countries in the north, here. So basically, and then technically what the difference is. No one knew that in 36 days we played 10 matches. And no one knows that is possible, because it doesn't happen anywhere. But it happened to us. But that, I showed that not by a negative side, but how challenging that is for me as a coach, how it develops me as a coach, what strategies we have to use, how to manage that. So it's amazing journey, of course, to be challenged that way. So I try to share that with the coaches, how we have to maximize what is util and leave what is accessory, how you have to focus on the recovery, how you have to find solutions to not without training but still prepare matches. So quite challenging. It was very nice to exchange this kind of thoughts with coaches there. So basically it was that, and for me it was important because without traveling to Portugal I could collect the points because I participated as a speaker. So they gave me the full credits on that, what is obviously important for my own personal career and for the club to have the coach as UEFA Pro so that I can be on the bench.
Any questions?
Yes. Coach, on something a bit different, you have been in the country for a while now, and during your time here, Bafana Bafana have been very busy with AFCON and World Cup qualifiers and stuff, and I'm sure you had a chance to look at our national team, and I know it's not really your place, but I just want to get a sense from you. What have you made of our national team, and what do you think really their chances are at the World Cup in a few months' time?
Look, when we prepared the Club World Cup with Sundowns, everybody was, what are we going to be capable to do over there? And I think we showed the that South Africa has quality to be represented in such competitions or high-level competitions and still perform. We stayed a little bit closer, but not enough. But you saw that in that match with Fluminense, we could have targeted the classification for the following round. The way the team settled down and waited for us and the respect they showed, it seems that it shows that we were there. And the way the coach in the end spoke with me, it was clear that they were. So I say the same about South Africa. If we were able to do it and show a good level, then the details, if you're going to go through the group stage, if you're going to, those are details, the lack of a calendar, which team. Obviously, first match can be important, but like us, when we played the World Cup, we won to Wilson, and then we got some air, and he gave us confidence to play the following ones without a big pressure. I think it's important that South Africa supports the team without putting the pressure on the boys, because the group is not an easy group. It's not an easy group, but also it's not an impossible group. It will be beautiful to see South Africa represent over there. It's important, obviously, that also that the team shows quality football so that everybody stays happy, because South Africa likes quality football, and the coach will take care of that for sure. From my part, he has also all the support that he may need. He knows that his personal talks that we have, he knows that we support him fully because we support South Africa. So that's it.
As we close it,
Coach, 9 league wins in a row. Just how do you reflect on that run of form for the title, obviously?
No, very important, but not enough. We need to look forward and continue to collect, because if we sit on what we did, for sure we will not arrive where we have to arrive. So next match, let's try to go in Durban and make a job similar to the one we've been doing. Not worry about how many. I don't even think about that, because it just takes us to a spot, to a place that gives you nothing. So we cannot let it go. We need to think about next one, and of course, I think that if we want to be champions, we will have to make a good series of victories still on the matches that we have, for sure. And there will be not space for many losses of points, so that's why we need to think next one, and then we see. So next one will take us to this sequence of 2 matches, and then we stop for the Champions League, and then there will be 3 more matches on the month. So let's focus on Durban match, and then we'll have to play Champions League, and then we go back for the sequence of matches on the Championship. Not space to lose many points, so we have to add more victories to that sequence for sure.
Finally, Coach, it's good to have a team that has got goals coming from all over, but most important when you see the attackers finding that back of the net, and someone like Reyners, now on 11 goals, especially in the second round, scoring again together with Leon.
Let me tell you one thing, my problem is that besides that, I still have Lebo that is training so well. I see him training now that I never saw. And unfortunately we have Peter injured. Still not on the moment to think about him coming back. But that is my worry, to have quality players that are still out. Brian is a quality player, Ikram is a quality player. They are different profiles, they bring different things. We need to feed them both. I was very happy that both scored, because we need always to have availability. As you see, there are players always that also are very important that are not on the team. Oren is not on the team, Saleng is not on the team, Arthur is not on the team. We had to take out Nuno today because he got something. Let's see if it's not nothing severe. That is the impact that we suffer from what was our past, because this sequence of matches, some players will pay for that. I told you when we had to play that cup match that if I didn't rotate some players, probably we would have problems. And I had to put Tapel on that match. In the following one, he got injured. So that is the danger of a high-level calendar with a lot of matches, is that even with a lot of management on training sessions, on the loads that come from matches, still we take the boys on the limit. But happy that they perform. It's important that when someone falls, someone rises. And it's the only way we have to continue and move forward.
And Coach, your Easter message
Well, of course, I would like to wish to all South Africa and the people that see us a blessed Easter. For me, today was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. It's my mother's birthday, and we just got informed by my brother that he's gonna be Papa, so I'm gonna be uncle for the first time. It's an absolutely journey that we were not expecting already, because my brother is a little bit younger than me, but his wife is quite young. So for family, it's an amazing day. So Easter came in the right moment for us. We take this Easter egg like a present, and the victory today for my mama. So blessed Easter for all South Africa and from the Masadowana family for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for all of you also, guys, have a blessed Easter. Enjoy your family.